Uh, Good morning, students. We are going to work on the revision. We are going to do the revision today. Uh, we know very well already entire information has been delivered that the two chapters will be asked in your the forthcoming examination test, and according to that we shall a very a quick revision in the sociology we shall do. Understand? The first day we are going to this chapter is study the caste and the caste system. I have taught very well in the class, no doubt. Or if you have the just paid your attention, pay your attention, so that will be the no problem for you. But I would like to discuss and point out the some. First of all, caste system, caste in the past. I have already mentioned that in the past system, in the past, the caste system was based actually based on the based on the Dharma Shastra and the Dharma Sutras. Understand? According to the Dharma Shastras, Yagvalka or the Manu or Parashar, these all commentators, they had now modified or modified modified the Vedic text, and then after they compiled this caste system in their own way. What was the need of the society and what was the interest of the certain section of the society, certain sectors, certain system, certain system of the society, a certain section of the society. Because of that, because the this new commentaries on the caste system had been written down. Okay, the students. First of all, let's see here. We are going to see caste in the past that it was completely institution uniquely associated with the Indian subcontinent. This was the unique because the caste system was had been associated. This system was completely associated with associated with the religion. This was a unique. Other countries of the world, there was a also now the on the basis of the occupation and professions. Okay, that profession accordingly comes down, came down, yeah, comes down from father to the father to the father to the son on the basis of the hereditary basis, occupation through the occupation. But in our country, it was made more compulsory or the more restrictive according to the Dharma Shastra. It was the made the association with the divinity associated with the God, and now and the or the who was the responsible to implement this. This were the kings were made the responsible for implementing this caste system in our country, and one of the or an institution is the Hindu society. Caste system is completely spread in the Hindu society, or even the today we are seeing that even in the Muslim, Christian, or Sikhs, this system is now begin to be the prevalent. Or this word has been the derived from where? From the Portuguese word casta. I have already casta. Casta means the pure breed, and the broad institutions. Or moreover, the varna. Here the Sanskrit term the varna and the jati. The varna is denotes the four caste, four orders of the our varna in the from the terminological point of the view, and then from the viewpoint of the terminology, varna means color. So in the beginning, the Aryans were the blonde and the tall, and the Dravid were the blacks. Black. Understand? So now the here we see that there was a term there was a color, difference of the color, but later on in the Purush Sukta, I have already mentioned that in the 10th mandal of the Purush Sukta, in which the division of the work and the division of the work and the group was made on the basis of the body, on the basis of a structure of the body. We already know that the head was the Brahmins, got the education, delivered the education, and this was the arms were the denoted pertaining to the Kshatriyas, whose work was to defend the country, and the study, the Dharma Shastra, and the Vaishya. The third category was what? This was associated with the abdomen or the producing class. Understand? So this kind of the caste or the leg fit, the fit was associated with the Sudras, and they had to be the served. The three above were called as the Dvija. Pure Dvija means that those who are the performing the rituals, those who are the pure and performing the rituals, not the polluted, and on that basis they got the high status in the society and the position in the society. Understand? So students, so these were the differences in the society. And the Panchamas, this Panchamas is also called as the fifth category. They are also called this included the outcast. We know that there were some of the caste, they had been not allowed in the fourfold. Is fourfold say they were the beyond out of the fourfold. They were called as the outcast. Amongst them, the foreigners, slaves, conquered people, and the others come in that outcast. Understand? And they were also called the Panchamasa. Jati is the generic. Jati is the generic, like the plant and the animals, like, or Jati is most commonly used in the refer to the institution of the caste in India. It is the commonly used as the caste, but in fact, this is a local division of the caste and the subcaste. Local division, but the Varna system is a part of the great tradition. This is the as a whole country, entire country as a whole. Understand? The Varna system only denotes the four group in the order of the caste, in the order. But apart from that, the lower or the apart from subcaste, they come and the local at the local level, the jatis are now incorporated at the local level. Understand? On the basis of their on the basis of their on the basis of their occupation, the division, subdivision, subcaste, division, subjati. Okay, so there are thousands of the jatis now emerged in India. Moreover, here this caste system was in the beginning very liquid. There was an interdining, intermarriage, all were allowed. But by the passage of the time, this caste system became the very rigid. Or moreover, here are the some of the categories, definition of the caste system. I have already caste is determined by the birth. Caste can be it is not the matter of the choice. Caste is the choice and never can change to one caste. Yes, its feature is that. And the membership of the caste involves the strict rules about the marriage. Now only caste groups are the endogamous. Caste group endogamous hai, and the marriage is restricted to the members of the group. Only keep the mind. And moreover, caste members involves the rules about food and sharing. Okay, and the what kinds of the food and not be the eaten or prescribed by the caste. Moreover, caste involves the system of consisting the hierarchy. Caste का क्या है? What happened? It's had the hierarchy system. Okay, first का hierarchy system, first order, second. I have not to tell about that. I have already a lot of the lectures I have made in the class. And the next day, now the caste involves the subdivision within themselves. Next, features and the defining features of the caste system. Caste were traditionally linked to occupation. Occupations were fixed according to the caste, and there was no any competition. Occupation were hereditary. Hereditary means it came from the father to the son, and a son to the father to the son. General. On the other hand, occupations could only be the pursued by the caste associated with a member of the caste could not enter into the occupation. Okay. Next, I have already taught you about the caste system. Next, the colonism and the caste. So now, as the British government came in our country, understand? So this caste system became the more rigid, and they now promote two sides we have to be there. On the one hand, with the introduction of the modernity, far extent and a certain extent, caste system just demonstrate and caste feeling, and the caste system now weakened. But on the other hand, there with the advent and by the some of the introduction of the British attitudes, introduction of the British rules, as the census, as the British government conducted, in which the more and more caste, this caste system became the more rigid. So this is the very paradoxical question before you. So now compare the ancient in the medieval. Here the British rule. The present form of the caste social institution has been the shaped very strong both by the colonial period also shaped the caste system. Here some scholars argue that what we know today, caste is more product of the colonialism. आज प्रेजेंट डे का जो कास्ट सिस्टम है, दिस इज द मोर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द कॉलोनिज्म. आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेंशन दैट कि एज द ब्रिटिश बाय द एडवेंट and by the British policy, they made our caste system more rigid, much more rigid. But the today caste system is the caste bitterness, is the caste demarcation in the society. This is the gift of the our British period also. And the second thing, not all the changes brought about were intended or deliberate. British administrators began to trying to understand complexities of the caste, okay, and learn how to govern the country. Now, for a convenient governance in India, the British authorities compelled to study the caste system in India. Understand? And the British say, and they must have to be know the customs and manners for the administer the India, because the India was a strange land. Society was very strange. People say were strange. Their attitude and norms and tradition were strange for the British. So the British must have to be the study at. So that's they took the much interest in the, and the first day of all, and that they wanted to keep the information in a very data manner. They collected the first is they surveyed the Indian population for whether for the imposing the more tax, for the regularizing their income and the regularizing their revenue or the for that they now conducted the survey and census in India, and the first began in 1860. Census became a regular 10-yearly exercise and conducted the British government, or from the 1881 onwards, every 10 yearly. Okay, this was the started or began the 1901 census under the direction of the Herbert Risley. In 1901, remember this, I am just teaching you very properly and focusing the main points only. 1901 census was conducted under the direction of Herbert Risley, and who was particularly the important or the collect the information, so hierarchy and the caste, because Herbert Risley had the special study about the caste system in India. Or now, or efforts had been the made the huge impact of the social perception. Hundreds of petitions addressed to the census commissioner. Census was conducted. So in this, here is a very ridiculous thing that hundreds of petitions were now petitions were sent to the census commissioner regarding the caste. Regarding the caste, overall scholars feel that evidence of their claims. Now most of them, the people belonging to the social order, they claimed for the higher status of the caste before the census commission. And moreover, overall scholars feel that this kind of the direct attempt count caste and the officially recorded the caste status in Susan. And before the kinds of the intervention, caste identities had been the more fluid and less rigid. Before that, caste identity was fluid and more rigid. But once they began to be the counted, recorded caste began to the take on their new life. When they were counted as a caste, as a different caste, so this caste system became it was the revived or made the renewed, just like the renewal हो गया, that became the renewed. And now other intervention by the colonial state, impact of the on the institution, land revenue settlements. We know that in the permanent settlement, the Britishers now through the permanent settlement, the Britishers only they chosen only the upper caste people for the as a mediatory, as a middleman, understand, and these zamindars were made the real owner of the land. Before that, before the advent of the British, this zamindar and the headmans were only the collector of the revenue, understand, and amongst that they used to take the share. But in the British period, these zamindars were made the real owner of the land. So a very consolidated, understand, upper class was now marked and set up by the British government in the Indian social system, in the Indian society. And moreover, large scale irrigation schemes like the one in Punjab also, the British the focused in the Punjab for the production of the wheat, meeting the requirement of the British society, British needs, for that requirements, and British needs. So that's why they only focus on the upper caste. Allotment of the land and the irrigation system was given and the facilitated to the upper class people. So they created a layer of the upper caste. Understand? Upper caste or the other caste. They demark the layer and made the more as an assertives and the more consolidated. And moreover, the government of first time the government of India in the act of in 1935, the first time the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes were now listed in the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Legal recognitions were given first time in which act? In the act of 1935 में पहली बार दिया गया, and the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes को. Here we can see first time they were given, and moreover so the untouchables caste were the included, scheduled or the other untouchable caste were also included, scheduled tribes were included, and caste in present time, if you see that now particularly the untouchable caste, depressed classes, efforts to organize the depressed classes. Now you know that many movements began, or particularly the Bhimrao Ambedkar termed them as a depressed class, or particularly the untouchables caste predated national movement as the national movement was going. So this class was now taken into the account by the nationalists. Okay, they wanted to end of the untouchability. So the initiation was taken by the government. Upper caste progressive reformers also were in favor of the eradication of this untouchability, or moreover the other Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and the Ayankali Sri Narayan Guru, or the Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar in the south and southern India, the Mahatma Gandhi, these all were making the effort for the upliftment of the untouchables and the lower class people. And the now and this anti-untouchability was now put in the agenda of the Congress movement. Okay, already during the course of the freedom struggle, this was the kept under this, and moreover, the British government before the dominant view of the nationalist movement was the caste as a social evils. You can see post-independence India inherited the reflection in the contradiction. One hand, state was committed to the evolution. Here, the present day, I am talking about the constitution of the present constitutions. Here, on the one hand, the state was committed to the evolution of caste system and explicitly wrote this into the constitution. On the other hand, the state was both unable to or unwilling to push through the radical reforms which would have the undermined economic basis for the caste inequality. Second, the state assumed that if now this kind of the question you have to be the prepared, the equality, what the present government is doing for the equality, or in the reservation was being given to them for their upliftments, or this kind of the questions. Next, we says recruitment or the industrial jobs, still the caste system is prevalent. Kaise, how the caste system is still prevalent in the industrial industries also. These brokers or the middlemen, they preferred their people of their own caste to be the employed in the factories. They played the role in the, still the caste system is existing. Endogamy में देखा जाए, still the endogamy is prevalent. The means that there is a very restriction in the marriage system also, and the politics in the caste. Here the caste politics have also made the more caste system more rigid and the more sharp, and we can see that this caste system, here we are also see that dominant caste. So who are the dominant caste? Dominant caste कैसे emerged हुआ? How this emerged? Understand, after the independent, okay, this class, who were the absentee landlords, how the dominant class emerged, understand, and in which, for example, Yadav of Bihar and the Uttar Pradesh, Vokaligas of the Karnataka, Reddies and the Kamasa, Andhra Pradesh, Marathas of the Maharashtra, Jat of Punjab, Jats of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh. This kind of the dominant caste you have to be the remember for your examination point of the view. Now here the tribals community. तो यहाँ पे permanent traits of the tribals you have to be the see. Who are the tribals? Who gave this term? Understand? Or now permanent traits of the tribals. Permanent traits, their percent, where in which state, what is the percentage of the tribals you have to be the study. In which state, where, by Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, yeah, their percentage is there. Northwest, Northeast में, what is their percentage? Central India में, what is the percentage of their settlement? This percentage we should now study. Understand very well. Or the their traits, permanent traits क्या है, what is their permanent traits, और total India में what is the total percentage of the tribes in India, these have to be the study. Acquired traits, there are two traits, एक permanent traits होता है और acquired traits. ये क्या है, what is the permanent traits and acquired traits? The here the carrier of the tribe caste distinction, that we have to be see that this what is the relation between the our mainstream society and the tribes, how the tribes came in the came in incorporated in our mainstream of the society, how they came incorporated mainstream and how they assimilated in our main society, understand. Or here is the two theories here, the integration, understand, or isolation theory or integration theory. So आप you must know the what is the isolation theory or integration theory. मैंने already a lot I have taught about that, what is the theory and okay, how the tribal identity is given, किस तरह से how the tribal से identity, इसके बारे में दो व्यूज हैं, एक आइसोलेशनिस्ट व्यू है और एक इंटीग्रेशनिस्ट व्यू है, अंडरस्टैंड, दोनों व्यू अलग हैं. यू हैव टू बी द सी अबाउट दैट. मेन स्ट्रीम टुवर्ड्स द ट्राइब्स के टुवर्ड्स क्या एटीट्यूड्स है मेन स्ट्रीम्स का, हम लोगों का मेन स्ट्रीम्स जो सोसाइटी है क्या हमारा एटीट्यूड है टुवर्ड्स देम. नेशनल डेवलपमेंट के बाद कि हाउ देयर इंटरेस्ट वाज हैम्पर्ड. नाउ ड्यूरिंग द ब्रिटिश पीरियड वी नो देयर इंटरेस्ट वाज हैम्पर्ड. द जंगल्स एंड द forest were made the reserves, they were ousted from their customary rights gone, understand, their rights over the land gone, and their jungles and food and gatherings, shifting cultivation damaged, all destroyed, understand. Or even though after the independence they had a lots of many in our constituent assembly of the discussions happened, understand, discussion and debates now went on for a very long time. Or during this time, understand, during this debate, course of the debate, many members now focus on the rights and the condition of the tribes, understand, tribals conditions. But even then, in the name of the development, the government, even the government is proving, the present government proved, understand, proved to be the internal colonist government. Internal colonism is being adopted against the tribals, against their interest, still in the name of the development, power development and the other industrial development, understand, because the most of the area falls under the tribals area, the minerals area, the mineral based area. That's why still the interference is going on and the tribals are now fighting for their own identity, understand, for a very long time. How they are fighting, what are their aims, what is the tribalism. Next, the family, the very simple, there are two kinds of the family, you know very well, and these families and how the whether it is correct the joint family is breaking down or the joint family is increasing. On that we have to be the study nuclear family or extended family. Here the patrilocal family, matrilocal or the rule of residence, patriarchal, matriarchal. This all I have already mentioned in the class. You have to be the chapter. Next chapter is from the second book. We shall have to be the see the second book. Questions may be the asked like that pattern. I am telling you. For example, here is a giving you the many festivals are, how the culture and agriculture is associated with our in that. The first, for example, New festivals, differences, region of India. Pongal, where this Pongal is celebrated as a new festival years. Pongal, where Bihu is celebrated. Baisakhi, Ugadi, where celebrated Ugadi, and where celebrated the actual celebrated Ugadi. Understand? So these celebration we have to be the learn well, and the moreover how the agriculture and culture is interrelated with each others, or occupation. Here, agriculture is the single most important source of the livelihood. Okay, around the agriculture, how the other cultures or other services, small scale services develop, and in India uh, we have to see next the agrarian structure and caste and class in the here we can see that the first where the green revolution happened and occurred in which state, on that you have to be the focus, and for example which section of the society, understand, which section of the society, what the changes came about after the green revolution. First I am telling you that the medium and the large landowners benefited. Now agricultural laborers more often out of the paid below the statutory minimum wages. Next, here is the impact of the green revolution. You have to study what was the impact of the green revolution on the large farmers, and how the after the green revolution how the old pattern of agriculture was replaced by the new kind of the agriculture in which the fertilizers, pesticides, modern tools became the dominant in the, or one thing is that how the relations between the landowners or the royals and the teenagers changed after that. The agricultural farmers, understand, the agricultural farmers now how they change the relations between it means that they became the daily wages, they began to be the given in the cash payment given in the cash, and the pay, and the moreover the agriculture was made and only associated with the market system, and the production was made targeting the market requirement of the market, because the cash crops were emphasized. Multi-cropping gone away, multi-cropping system was, and the monocropping system started. Moreover, the agrarian society, so you have to learn that in agrarian society क्या changes है after the green revolution के बाद. नेक्स्ट है जैसे देखा जाए, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल many new group appeared, जैसे such groups were termed by the sociologist M. N. Srinivasan as the dominant caste. Dominant caste I have already taught you a lot many times that after the independence from the big zamindars, absentees, landlords, their lands were taken away and seized by the government, or it was the given away to the their managers, their agricultural, those who were organizing or managing the agriculture in villages, and these castes were given the land. So they, and later on they became emerged as a dominant caste because of their numbers were much in a democratic pattern of the states. They began to hold the political power and as well as the economic power. Their economy became very stronger. They were given up the land, given away the lands after taking and seizing from the big or absentee landlords. So this caste now emerged as a dominant caste in the rural area. So here the dominant caste Jat like that, the Jat and Rajputs emerged in the Uttar Pradesh, Gokaligas and the Lingayats in Karnataka, Kamas and the Redis in Andhra Pradesh, Jat Sikhs in Punjab. So this kind of the emergence you have to be the see. Here we can see the how the backward castes and the tribal backward class emerged. And next, so you have to be the very carefully see that during the colonial period, the we know very well the British government divided their revenue system in the three kind of this three structure. First structure was that permanent settlement they made in the in Gangetic area, Gangetic Bengal, Bihar, and some part of the Odisha and the Uttar Pradesh. Here, in this area, the permanent settlement in which the zamindars was made the owner of the real owner of the lands. Understand? Or middleman became the zamindar, intermediary, or below that the Kishana and farmers were there. Farmers were at the lower strata and they had to be the work on the field of the zamindars. Understand? Or British government used to take a certain part and certain fixed amount from the zamindars. Understand? So this settlement, this kind of the system was established here. Next is that second system, the Mahalwari system in Punjab and in northern part of our country. In the Mahalwari system, headman of the village used to collect the tax and revenue from the village headman, or then after it was given to the British government. So this is the called as the Mahalwari system. And Rayatwari system is particularly in the southern. Rayatwari system were implemented in Madras and the other southern part of the country, where the British officials were directly involved in the collection of the revenue. They used to collect the revenue directly from the Rayats and Rayas, and then the actually cultivators or from the cultivators. So now this kind of the system was that, or this continue during the British period, or under this the zamindars became the prosper. Understand? Or the headman or the conditions of the rayats remained the very rest conditions. They had to believe in that. And independent India, whereas our country became independent. So the first of all, you have to be the focus in your study in how the different land laws, understand, land rules were passed by the British government, sorry, by the Indian government after the Azadi. Okay, our government now passed the many initiations to first of all in 1950s to 70s series of land reforms laws were passed. Understand? Or as well as at the national level or the state level. First important legislation was abolition of the zamindari system. First of all, land reforms act was passed regarding that the zamindari system was abolished or removed the intermediaries who stood between the cultivators and the state or cultivators between. कौन था? Who was that? The zamindars were in the British period. So this zamindar was completely removed, and directly the cultivators and the state had the relations. This relation was established, and this law passed, or probably the most effective for the most of the areas in our country. नेक्स्ट लॉज पास किया गया और लेकिन इसके बाद भी अब डिस्पाइट दैट इन द शेयर क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम लैंड लॉर्डिज्म completely could not be the removed. Okay, still it existed. Tenancy or the sharecropping system continued in many areas. Still, it continued, and it only removed a top layer of the landlords in multi-layer or the agrarian structure way. Multi-layered top structure layered steel is remained. And second, among the major land reforms law were the introduction of Tenancy Abolition Act regulation act or a, according to this outlaw tenancy altogether and regulate rent to the give some security to the tenants. Okay. Now, according to that, attempt to outlaw the tenancy altogether, regulate rent to give the some security. Most of the states, these laws were never implemented very effectively. These land laws or the act was never regulated effectively, and moreover particularly, but it was the most effectively implemented in West Bengal and the Kerala. Why? Because here was the communist government. The communist government on the just took this task very rigidly, firmly, and made the land reforms there. And most effective, you have to be the focus students on that land ceiling acts. Land ceiling, these laws impose the upper limit on the amount of land that can owned by the particular family. Ceiling varies from region to region. Ceiling act pass किया गया, the upper limit of the lands was fixed by this, and this varies from state to state. And now, according to Act, state supposed to be the take the possession of the surplus land. According to this, surplus land was taken from the Kishan and farmer according to the ceiling ceiling limit by each household, and the redistributed to the landless families, or that was taken from the under the limit taken from the landowners or given away to the landless family में distribute कर दिया जाता था. It was the, and moreover, and here the state or more of a specified categories such as the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes. Most of the states these acts proved to be the toothless, लेकिन it was not enforced effectively, and that proved to be the very loose, and the relatively, and the moreover many of the through the many ways the these landlords begin to escape from this or after that under this the Benami transfer started. This Benami transfer you have to be the study well. Benami transfer is for focus career divorce, even the wife who are the divorced, and but after the divorce they live together, and after that property was given to the wife, but she was actually not divorcee in the actual life. And this Sealing Act, how they escaped from these, you have to study that. Post Green Revolution, we are what is the Green Revolution? What was the impact of the Green Revolution? Or in which area the Green Revolution occurred? किन एरिया में ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशंस it was the happened, or a moreover you have to be the keep in the mind that ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशंस किस एरिया में किस स्टेट में हुआ, कहाँ नहीं हुआ, what was the feature of the green revolution. Second thing, now in the green revolutions which class benefited, which class of the social structure, इसका क्या impact पड़ा, what was the impact of the this green revolution on the social structure, understand, and who are the which social segment was badly affected, and particularly the lower farmers, the small farmers, marginal farmers, how the bad impact upon them, and how the big farmers they took the advantage of the this green revolution. उनके पास कैसे उनको एडवांटेज हुआ, हाउ दे वर एडवांटेज ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन से, और सोसाइटी पे क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा. मीन्स आपको देखना है, यू हैव टू सी दैट कि व्हाट वाज द इट्स इम्पैक्ट ऑन द रिलेशन बिटवीन द जमींदार एंड किसान, द पुअर लेबर एंड जमींदार, लेबर एंड लैंड ओनर्स, लेबर एंड द, उन पर क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा. डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द सर्विस कास्ट ग्रुप, और यू हैव टू बी द सी, आप इसे देखेंगे बहुत अच्छे से. नेक्स्ट है फेजेज ऑफ ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशंस, टू फेज में. तो फर्स्ट फेज में तो नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में हुआ, सेकंड फेज में ये सदर्न इंडिया में हुआ. और सदर्न इंडिया में इसके क्या फीचर्स थे, किस स्टेट में हुए ये सदर्न इंडिया में, वो आपको देखना होगा, ये आप पढ़ लीजिएगा. एंड सेकेंड, इससे कैसे रीजनल इनइक्वालिटी बढ़ी, हाउ द रीजनल इनइक्वालिटी was just increased by the green revolution. Green revolutions के through how the regional inequality grew. Next thing is that often thought the imparting knowledge scientific, और कैसे scientific knowledge, लेकिन ये भी देखना है कि green revolutions का bad impact क्या पड़ा. What was the bad impact of the green revolution on the society, you will see. तो ये सब on these points है, पैराग्राफ हैं सब पर, आप इस पर पॉइंट करके देखते जाइए. नेक्स्ट है आपका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इन द रूरल सोसाइटी आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस. ओके, इसका ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कैसे हुआ रूरल सोसाइटी में. देखिए पहला, जैसे एन इंक्रीज इन द यूज ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल लेबर, कल्टिवेशंस बिकेम मोर इंटेंसिव हुआ. सेकेंड, शिफ्ट फ्रॉम, जो काइंड में पेमेंट करते थे, अनाज दिया करता था, ग्रेन्स, दैट वाज द कंप्लीटली शिफ्ट इनटू द. नेक्स्ट, लूजनिंग द ट्रेडिशनल बॉन्ड्स हेरिडिटी रिलेशन बिटवीन द फार्मर एंड लैंड ओनर्स. ये इस पर, इस पॉइंट पर यू हैव टू बी द सी मच एम्फेसिस दैट. और मोर ओवर, अब आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं ग्रीन वर्कर्स से, और इसका क्या इम्पैक्ट था ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशंस का. नेक्स्ट, जैसे आप आगे भी 60-70s में ये ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशंस हुआ, और किस स्टेट को इसने इन्फ्लुएंस्ड किया. ओके, किस तरह से नाउ बिकेम द इकोनॉमिकली पॉलिटिकली डोमिनेंट, फिर इसके बाद डोमिनेंट क्लास आपको देखना है. और 10 एरिया agriculture development has been the consolidated of the old landed cultivations groups and the mobilization. ये देखिएगा सर्कुलेशन ऑफ लेबर, आप देखेंगे सर्कुलेशन ऑफ लेबर में जैसे फुट लूज लेबर क्या है, किसने इनको, who now named them as a foot loose labor. And now moreover migration, labor migration आपको पढ़नी, you have to study और the internal labor migration in the Punjab, Delhi, उत्तर प्रदेश से. ओके, और ये क्या है, और फुट लूज लेबर क्या है ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन से. पैटर्न ऑफ सीजनल माइग्रेशंस क्या है, सीजनल माइग्रेशन जैसे पर्टिकुलरली एग्रीकल्चरल टाइम में, बिजी एग्रीकल्चरल टाइम में माइग्रेशन बिहार से या उत्तर प्रदेश से या अदर स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट्स में क्यों होता है, कैसे होता है, क्या इसका पैटर्न है, इंटरनल माइग्रेशन का किस पैटर्न्स में होता है, ये आपको स्टडी करना है, आप देख लीजिएगा. एंड सप्लाई ऑफ द रीजन्स, ग्लोबलाइजेशन, लिबरलाइजेशन एंड रूरल सोसाइटी. ग्लोबलाइजेशन का क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा रूरल सोसाइटी पे, मीन्स द एग्रीकल्चर पर, हाउ द एग्रीकल्चर वाज इन्फ्लुएंस्ड ऑन द बाय द ग्लोबलाइजेशन प्रोसेस. और नाउ पर्टिकुलरली ग्लोबलाइजेशन प्रोसेस में कर्नाटका जैसे पंजाब है, फ्रॉम द दिस ग्लोबल एंड द MNCs, multinational companies enter into the how they started the agricultures, certain crops से टोमेटो बीच इन्होंने कैसे क्रॉप्स को पेटेंट करना शुरू किया, और नाउ कंपनीज बाय फ्रॉम देम, और प्रोसेसिंग करना, एक्सपोर्ट करना, दिस हाउ द कंपनी स्टार्टेड purchasing these production and the crops. and market and send the different parts of the world, export karna started. So the globe MNC, the big companies enter into the agricultural system of India, or because of that, how the contract farming started. The Kisan had to be the made the contract of the productions, understand, and the completely Kisan was bound to only the monocropping, multi-cropping system पर impact पड़ा. That's this created the insecurity in the Kisan farmer, और क्या हुआ, और insecure हुआ because of that. Farmer insecure हुआ because the multi croppings में if the one crops या flood या famine से one crops was damaged, then the farmers could get the support from the other crops, understand. But this support completely only one monocrop, that crop damaged, then after nothing left to the farmers, understand. So this आपको you have to be the study और कैश क्रॉप्स में क्या क्या चीजें आती हैं, cotton, oilseed, these things comes market, the production which began to be the made only on the basis of the market system, and the flowers and the others production also came in the hands of the contract farming or elites class. कैसे farming became the elite farming, and moreover or this pesticides and uh, other fertilizers began to be the used, or it's had the क्या इसका bad impact है on the farmers पर. And then after moreover उस पर पढ़ना था कि जैसे इसका environment कैसे destruction हुआ भारत में या किसी भी कंट्री में, इसका क्या impact बैड था. अब हम देखेंगे particularly the farmer suicidals. तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फार्मिंग या एमएनसीज के आने के बाद पर्टिकुलरली जो सुसाइड्स स्टार्ट हुए, तो जिसको हम जिसके फैक्टर्स क्या थे कि मैट्रिक्स इवेंट्स इसको कहते हैं. बिकॉज सोशोलॉजिस्ट हैव अटेम्प्टेड टू एक्सप्लेन फिनोमेना बाय लुकिंग द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सोशल चेंजेस. सोशल चेंजेस और स्ट्रक्चर हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्लोबलाइजेशन. एग्रीकल्चर एग्रीगेंट सोसाइटी का स्ट्रक्चर चेंज हुआ ग्लोबलाइजेशन की वजह से, मल्टी कंपनी सिस्टम्स के, तो हमारा पैटर्न चेंज हुआ. our my agriculture system change happened, and then after then such suicides have them become matrix, that is a range of factors. Many factors were coupled, coupled with the many factors, and many of the farmers who have committed suicides, marginal farmers who attempted to increase their productivity, okay, and primarily by practicing green revolution methods. However, undertaking such production mean the facing a several risks, that were the contact farming having the many risks. For example, the cost of productions has increased tremendously due to decrease in the agricultural subsidies. The market are not stable. Many farmers borrow heavily in order to invest the expensive inputs, improve the production. Okay, they have to be the take the borrow from the others, and the expensive inputs improve their production. The loss of either crops to spread the disease or the pest, excessive rainfall, droughts, and some cases lack of the adequate support or the market price. They did not get the support and market price, means that farmers are unable to bear the debt burden, sustain their family. Okay, so this is the such distress compounded by the changing the culture. So you have to be the study in this chapter, in this topic, what were the factors behind the suicide. इसीलिए this is called as the matrix events कहा जाता है. This is known as the, okay. तो these under these all the factors, understand, students. So you have to be the study, or what the main focus objective we have, और बॉक्स के जो बॉक्स के जो इंफॉर्मेशन है, वट एवर द इंफॉर्मेशन given in the box. So these box have to be the, see carefully, box the information you shall study. This is the pattern of the, so each or every line, understand, you shall go through that. The only the two chapters are only for two, calling two, but mean two, but it is the very long chapters. Understand? So you have to be the start accordingly, or very carefully dates taking. You must go through the dates, years, all years. Understand? Or a must a region or features, casteisms, features. These are all very carefully. You know very well. I have already given you lots of inputs. Understand regarding this study. I suppose that mean that no need of further carefully, or every aspects. Not a single line you will leave. It's my advice that each line very well you shall go. Understand, the students. This is the last day for today, or then after studying only two chapters is there. What to tell, lots of topic wise I have taken the class. If you will get the any difficulties, already links have been the sent now. In those links you can see particular topic very carefully. आप listen करें, you try to understand that. Okay, and the books is there. The books we can see everywhere. If you not understand the topic well, na, then go through that. See the lecture also. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for attending the class. Okay.